is significant that the majority of enterprises, which is 75%, will prioritize backing up their software as a service SaaS applications, up from just 15% in 2024. SaaS based applications have emerged as the preferred choice for new and modernized deployments, and the data generated by these applications is poised to be among the fastest growing sets of critical enterprise data over the next 5 years. Welcome to VAR India News Hour. According to Gartner's latest forecasts, worldwide end user SaaS spending is expected to surge by 20% to reach $247.2 billion in 2024 and is projected to further climb to nearly $300 billion in 2025. The potential IT disruptions underscores the urgent necessity for regular backup and recovery of vital enterprise data. As businesses increasingly rely on SaaS technologies, it becomes imperative to ensure that SaaS data is both protected and recoverable. Given the vulnerability of SaaS data to errors, cyber attacks, and vendor missteps, robust backup solutions are indispensable. It is time for integrating backup as a service is essential for safeguarding cloud workloads and maintaining operational continuity. Moreover, enterprises must comprehend the shared data responsibility model of SaaS applications and evaluate their vendors' data protection measures. If these measures are deemed inadequate, third party solutions should be considered to guarantee comprehensive data protections, says expert. Protection and recovery of SaaS applications have frequently been regulated to a lower priority by many enterprises. This can be attributed to ambiguity surrounding the native SaaS vendors' responsibility for data protection and the absence of industry wide standardization. Limited API based data access for protection and recovery from native SaaS vendors further complicates effective data protection, hindering support for third party backup solutions. Nevertheless, the SaaS application backup market is experiencing rapid growth, initially spearheaded by specialized startups but now encompassing established enterprise backup and recovery software solutions companies. Gartner forecasts that by 2028, a substantial majority of large enterprises will adopt backup as a service alongside on premises tool to safeguard both cloud and on premises workloads. As the market matures, it becomes imperative for businesses to conduct comprehensive governance assessments and validate the capabilities of their SaaS vendors. By leveraging third party backup solutions, organizations can significantly enhance data protection and recovery, ensuring that critical enterprise data remains secure and accessible. Let's look into today's headlines. Security tool disruptions are caused by Apple's latest macOS update. Users using Apple's most recent macOS Sequoia update are reporting problems with their firewalls and third party security tools and browsers. It has been reported that Microsoft's security tools and goods from firms like SentinelOne and CrowdStrike were impacted. Posts on social media and conversations in Slack groups devoted to Macs highlight the broad impact. Swiggy intends to file for a $1.4 billion IPO this weekend. This weekend, Swiggy is scheduled to submit its draft red herring prospectus DRHP. This action is being taken just before the Securities and Exchange Board of India SEBI approves its confidential file. In the upcoming weeks, Swiggy's executives will travel around India, the US, and Singapore on investor roadshows in response to the DRHP submission. Singaporean banks expand their security toolset with facial verification. Over the next 3 months, banks in Singapore will gradually integrate SingPass face verification SFV to enhance the digital token DT setup procedure for retail banking clients. Higher risk circumstances will cause FFB to be activated in order to reinforce and enhance the current authentication techniques for DT setup. Before allowing a customer's DT to be used, SFV utilizes a facial scan to confirm the customer's identification against national databases. After the EY employee's death, Deloitte assembles a three-person team to review people practices. Amid a social media uproar surrounding the purportedly work-related death of a young employee at tax consulting giant EY, Deloitte has appointed former Revenue Secretary Tarun Bajaj to a three-person external committee tasked with investigating employee practices, policies, and procedures according to the company's South Asia CEO Romal Shetty. MeitY may not alter the PLI scheme's value addition target for mobile devices. Mobile device makers are subject to the Production Linked Incentive (PLI) program. Therefore, the value addition target will remain unchanged according to the Ministry of Electronics and IT. By the time the program concludes in 2026-2027, the government had set the aim at 35 to 40% based on promises made by the stakeholders. Industry estimates place their present value addition by eligible participants between 15 and 20%. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to VAR India magazine. You can download the VAR India app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for more news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.